had to go and get the ball back from the crowd because they were on a budget and they only had so many balls. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, you can let this ball stay. This kid just broke his jaw.
That's 2 weeks in a row we mentioned him.
Yeah, well, I'll mention him a lot more. But, yeah. So.
But the thing, too, is like you said about Nenny. Don't you get that ruin the game behind the dugouts? Or put maybe like not Nenny, maybe like they have in hockey games?
Well, something like they have in hockey games.
Yeah.
It's going to require construction, though, and I don't know if they can do that mid-year. But if it does take, if that kid had, that kid could have been impaled last night because it was a long sliver and it's in the air and no one knows how, no one knows to catch it because if anything, it's going to go right through your hand. It's an odd kind of thing. So it wasn't the player's fault. It's just it's a byproduct of a bat. And a wood bat and a 90-mile-an-hour pitch. That's those things happen. And bats seem to be breaking a lot easier these days too.
Yeah,
I don't know, because they're going for like a lighter swing, a quicker swing through the zone and everything.
Even in the baseball,
you ever see how expensive the bats are for the little league bats? $200, $300.
Well, those are those composite bats, and and the kids. Each kid has his own bat these days too. When I was a kid, we all shared the wooden bats that the Little League had, and
some kids have two.
So they do, and they don't share them with their other kids. I knew a kid who would he was like 7, and he'd hit the ball, and his father would take the bat and put it back in this like a sheath, like in the bag. No one else could use it. It's like, really? Are you kidding me?
Big monstrosity
the
bags.
whole idea of composite bat, even the alloy bats, the aluminum bats, is that you need more. A bat doesn't get broken in until it has like 100 hits in it. When we're talking about a composite and everything, so you need more pings. You need more. They call it the trampoline effect. You need more of those kind of things with a bat as opposed to less.
100. That's a lot.
Yeah, you need to have 100 hits, and that's why if you go on eBay and you're looking for a softball bat, the used softball bats go for as much and sometimes more than the new softball bats. And they have this thing called bat rolling. You can go right on there's a place in any one of these baseball factory, baseball heaven, whatever. You'll see they have the bat rollers right there in the pro shop.
How about Dick's Sporting Goods at the Sunrise Mall?
Do they have? I don't know if they have bat rollers, but bat rollers is technically illegal in softball.
Is that place still open in Rockville Center? That sporting goods store. What was the name of that sporting goods store in Rockville Center? Crosby's.
Closed, right? The one there used to be one in Madison Square Garden.
Jerry Cosby?
Jerry Cosby, yeah. There used to be one on Post Avenue in Westbury across from Holyrood Cemetery.
My professor at Nassau was involved with that. Michael Stallone.
I gotta think that's closed, the one in Westbury.
I think they're all closed.
Yeah.
It was like a famous bag.
Yeah.
The Jerry Cosby bag.
It was the only place I could ever get out-of-town college hats. I remember I had to get a Providence College hat one day, and it was the only place I can go to get it. Nowadays, there's a thing called the Internet where you can get it. But back in the day, it was the same thing. Back in the day, I always loved making a trip to Shea Stadium because I could never buy an out-of-town helmet. Only because they didn't have, and you'd go and they'd sell them at Shea Stadium. Like, oh my God, of course they were so much money. My dad would say, we're not prepared for that, but still.
But that Cosby store, Wisconsin, is great. You could buy anything you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I liked Herman's. When there was the Herman's Sporting Goods store, that was a great store. The one, now it's Havana's in Roosevelt Field, the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. I've been there. Pretty good. Try it when you get a chance.
That was Herman's Sporting Goods. It was a pretty awesome sporting goods place.
Or is this another Cuban?
No, it's not. The one on Stewart Avenue is Havana 57 or something. And they got all those old cars there, too. And they leave out in the rain. I'm like, these cars are gorgeous. Leave in the rain.
Nice, fancy little place. You take somebody special there. It's nice. I'm telling you.
Especially if they're stationed in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And you talk about
no radio time. She doesn't deserve that.
She deserved it 2 months ago, right?
Why did they close the racetrack at Roosevelt Field? Remember, why did they close that?
Well, they closed it for a number of reasons. Number one, it wasn't making any money.
There was a racetrack there?
Yeah, that's what the whole Merchants Concourse thing is.
It's a new road.
That whole that was a new road that was invented in the 93, 94. That was the Roosevelt Raceway. It was Trotters. It wasn't the thoroughbreds. It was Trotters.
Meadowlands stuff.
Yeah. Which is every Trotter race is so fixed. You literally see jockeys digging in their heels to slow themselves down so as not to win. It's like
unbelievable.
That's why the source small was built.
You're gonna be next week?
Yeah, we're giving away. Yep, we'll be here next week.
Duck tickets?
Duck tickets next week. Yep.
Oh, I'll let you know that.
Yeah.
On June 9th, okay?
June 9th is a Friday.
Billy Joe Tribute Band is going to be at Belmont Park after the races.
Oh, yeah? Is it?
Yeah.
Now there are 4. Oh, so it is Mike Del Judas. All right, so it's Big Shot will be there. Yeah, there's a pecking order of the Billy Joel Long Island tribute bands. There's Mike Del Judas and Big Shot, which is number 1,
right.
And then there's a Captain Jack. There's a Songs in the Attic, and there's one other one that I'm trying to think of. I'm not thinking of right now. But they all have different lead singers, and it's kind of funny because there's a whole pecking order of how it goes.
Yeah, but you know what though? At Belmont Park, maybe Billy Joe will show up.
Yeah,
no. The Burger King guy showed up one year though.
Oh,
who?
The Burger King guy. He was next. You know what?
You took a picture with him?
No, he was next to the Marlins man. The Marlins man was there. I was there, but like I was on top, sneaking into one of the rows.
Of course, you were there.
All right, Chris.
The Minnesota Lynx were playing. All right. Bye, Richie. There goes Richie from
the Delaware 66ers.
I got an email from
the Page Warriors.
I got an email from the Long Island Ducks yesterday, actually. Not the Long Island Ducks, the Long Island Nets yesterday, actually. So,
Long Island Nets.
I guess tickets are available, and then I just got a thing today from Nassau Coliseum right before coming on the air.
How did they get my email?
In the coming weeks, we will be migrating to a new email platform, and our emails will look much different and provide you with a better user experience.
How'd they get your email?
Why do I want to have? Because I bought tickets. Why do I want to have? How does an email provide me with a better user experience?
Not at all.
It's an email to ensure that our emails reach your inbox and to continue receiving news and offers from NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. So they're sticking with that NYCB Live, right? Call, you're on Sports Talk. Hello. Hello.
Hi. I was just calling because I live down the street.
I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of stupid. But I should really search for money.
I'd like to know if NYCB Live is going to have any blues shows.
I love that because they have to call it. Oh, okay. The Long Island Nets sent me the same email. Changes coming your way on the email. So I guess that's the.
Do you think
that's probably that's a good team, Long Island Nets. Yeah, better than the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, at least they'll be wearing red, white, and blue. The Long Island Nets, right?
Yes,
So
they'll be the same as the New York Nets.
So they'll be the same as the New York Nets.
I heard a deal, and I heard a deal. The Celtics are going in a different direction. I understand that. But I heard another deal to come out that some people talking about should they do it. I think the Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets got some type of love affair. This is what I heard. Trade the first pick back to Brooklyn. Wait, listen. You didn't even hear it. Listen. To get Brook Lopez.
No.
Is Brook Lopez worth the first overall pick? I mean, in the end,
that's what it was on Sports.
That's the funny thing about
think about it.
Who do you? Are there first overall picks that don't develop? Absolutely. And would you? Yeah. Will somebody in retrospect say, you know what, they should have traded for Brook Lopez? But at this point in time, you can't.
I was thinking
the potential of whoever's picked, the potential of whoever's going there is far more than Brook Lopez, and it's not a big man's game anymore. The NBA is not a big man's game anymore.
That's true.
It used to be you needed a center.
That's true.
Now you don't. I mean, who's the center for the Cavaliers?
Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, who's the center for the Warriors?
Zaza Pachulich, and McGee is the backup.
McGee, boy, that guy he's some player.
No, say it right, is Zaza Pachulich.
I don't
and
like
JaVale McGee.
Listen, can we be honest? We all watch sports. Don't everybody have that one person, not because of their game or anything, that they look at them and they don't like? Does everybody do that, or is it just me, or am I crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Zaza is that for me. I look at him when he's playing, and I'm just like, I'll take a technical foul.
Prior to them prior to them being Yankees, but and being Yankees then helped as well, me hating them. But I hated Wade Boggs and I hated Roger Clemens. I hated both of those guys.
Yeah,
so
it was something about him.
You know who I get that with? Henrik Lundqvist.
What?
Henrik Lundqvist is going to have a Charles Barkley career.
He's just infuriates me. They call him the king. He's never won anything except a gold medal.
Don't say that. Don't say that, guys.
Which seems to be the most important thing for him. As a Swede, the gold medal is the biggest thing for him. Yeah. No, that's what he's going to have it. Unless the team wins in spite of him, where he's no longer the best guy on the team, and they win and he's just along for the ride. That could happen in his career. I doubt it, but that could happen to where he just happened that, he's at the tail end of his career, but he's still the starting goaltender, and then the team wins, and Stanley Cup winning goalie, but he wasn't really the reason for that.
Out of all the teams I rooted for, the Rangers tease me the most. The Jets, I feel like some way somehow they're gonna make a mistake. The Mets, they're on their way up, okay, and the Knicks have been bad my whole life, but the Rangers, they've been teasing me.
Well,
my
they
whole
win
life.
though. They do win. They get
win.
to multiple rounds of
They do
playoffs.
win,
You know,
but it's like, oh my god.
You want to hear a good argument I've heard comparing Henrik Lundqvist and Billy Smith? Is that Henrik Lundqvist has always been the better goalie, but Billy Smith's career has always looked better because he's had the better defense in front of him.
well, it all comes down to your defense. But even with Henrik Lundqvist, it's a different. In terms of Tortorella, made all the defense guys would lay down and stop every shot that came their
And
way.
they're also more offensive defensemen than defensive defensemen.
They gave up their bodies.
Delzato
And you got to think about all the greats in basketball, and then you got Ronnie Turioff that got probably like 3 championships.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
Robert Horry.
I was going to
it's
say, but Robert Horry could play, and Robert Horry was responsible for some plays like that 3-pointer that kept them in that from
94.
Yeah, that it was.
Also Devin George too, right?
You know, there are certain guys like Charles Haley. Charles Haley has like 6 Super Bowl rings, but Charles Haley's a Hall of Famer. You know, so okay, you'll give it to him. But then there are guys who are just in the right place at the right time. Like I always said, Edgar Renteria was a great player. He went to like a bunch of World Series in a row with different teams. So.
Also Eric Hinsky too.
Hinsky was exactly. Hinsky is a perfect example.
Like
it's like
4 or
right,
5 years in a row.
Right place, right time. Yeah, the A's, the Blue Jays. I mean,
What about guys that were holdovers in the 49ers? A lot of them have 2 Super Bowls. Like John Frank.
Yeah, John Frank. Was he
is
he the Jewish player or the Long Island player? John Frank,
Jewish player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
he went. More,
You got his autograph.
He went Orthodox.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, Harris Barton was Jewish too from the Niners. He's got some Super Bowl rings.
And now he does hair transplants.
Oh, really?
In the city.
Harris Barton. Oh, he's a doctor.
John Frank. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You know who's the guy out right now? Like every time I turn on the TV, he's on some show. The one who came runner-up to Rashad Jennings and Dance with the Stars, play for the Cubs.
David Ross.
He is on every show right now.
Well, what's amazing now I don't watch Dance with the Stars. Let me quickly put it. My mother has been in the hospital, and it's been on the TV when I've been visiting her, so I'll freely out myself on that. But, the thing about being an athlete and going on that show, you've got a whole new audience now. And now all of a sudden the women love David Ross. Rashad Jennings, who doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job.
Is going on. He's not.
The Giants
he has
cut
no
him.
team. The Giants
They cut him? The
Yeah.
Giants cut him? Yeah, of course.
So Rashad
That's
Jennings
not surprising.
is going on. They have a what they call the Mirror Ball Tour. They have a tour which goes to big cities and they're in big arenas. And he's going on it, and he's like, I know of no better way to keep myself in shape for when an NFL team comes calling.
Yeah, and I heard that's like the 4th or 5th football player that has won Dance with the Stars.
That's right. That's which I don't mind as much because these guys are truly not dancers. They've had these people recently. They're like Pussycat Dolls and gymnasts who dance for a living. And they were backup dancers to like Madonna. And it's like, well, you were a dancer. Don't tell me you're not a dancer. You're a dancer.
About David Ross, so I think why he's taken off because believe it or not. Middle America's in right now.
Right.
And the media doesn't want to do it because that doesn't fit their narrative. Middle America is in it. He has that look of
David Ross,
with the
the
beard.
balding guy, he's got the gray hair.
A little heavier.
And he's done. He said he's done.
He's retired.
He's just enjoying his life.
And he's
right
also
now.
a guy who just lucked out because he was with the Cubs and they won the World Series.
Yeah.
And he also had a home run in his last game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's so.
And then he won another one with Boston when he won in 2013.
So there's
so you got
two curses and
Middle America right now is controlling America.
Except in Montana where they like to body slam reporters.
Yeah. I didn't hear about this.
It's all over the news today. The guy, the reporter,
I heard about it.
Body slammed. They only have the audio. So the Republican congressional candidate in some special election goes and body slams this guy Don Jacobs who asks him a question about how he'd vote for the Health Care Act or whatever, and all you hear is him, "You're just like the last guy. You're just like the last guy," but it's only audio, so it's his word against his word. However, a Fox News reporter, which is ironic because Fox News is known for being conservative, was a witness to this and said, no, this guy body slammed, punched him, and so and this guy's running for election.
The other special election went national for some reason. The one by you.
Which I didn't know the results until my brother told me about him today. So
I guess you didn't go out and catch it.
because I despise both candidates. Yeah, they were both like anti-Common Core. I'm like, give me a break. 516.
That's the thing to do, though, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just pandering. 516-572-7440. 516-572-7440. We'll be at the top of the hour in about 50 seconds, and we'll restart ourselves and reintroduce ourselves.
Both said they were teachers. Both said they were for opt-out.
Right.
And both said they were parents.
I believe in more tests. I believe in tests on top of tests on top. You know, if you put your kid in a travel sport, if you put your kid in travel sport at 7 years old and you're opting your kid out of tests, it's like, hello, sports matters over schoolwork? I don't think so. And it's like, why are you having travel